All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Chaos Zero Nightmare video. In today's video, I wanted to do a quick comprehensive breakdown for Haru. Now, I did a kit breakdown. I'll leave it linked at the end of this video, hopefully, where I went over her kit, just what I saw on paper, and I believe I was right in the aspect that she's going to be an absolute nuker. So I wanted to go ahead and break her down, do some gameplay, as well as give you my thoughts and opinions on whether you should pull this character or not. So I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, drop a like, sub if you're new, join the FBG fam. I would love to have you stick around. We're going to be doing consistent and extensive CZN content. We're going to be covering characters, doing guides, showcases, gameplay, giving my thoughts and opinions on certain things. So if that all sounds good to you, once again, go ahead and consider subbing. Helps the channel out tremendously. Thank you guys for all the support. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop in. So this is in trauma code. Unfortunately, I did not pull Hadu, which is unfortunate. I lost a 50-50 to Luke. Whether I go back in or not, that's yet to be determined. I might just save for whoever the next character is. But should you pull Hadu, I think if you do go for her, you're not making a mistake. I think she's the perfect first character to be introduced as the limited character because she's easy to use. So she's beginner friendly with her combos, as well as she's very synergistic with a lot of 4-stars. As you can see, we're going to showcase these here. And she hits incredibly hard, so you're gonna feel really good when you unga munga and just absolutely nuke the field. So I think you can pick her up and you're not gonna be making a mistake. But if you're free to play, she's not a necessity. Like, you can get by with other 4-stars and other 5-stars and be perfectly fine. So you don't have to pull her. She's not a necessity. She's going into standard banner. You can test your luck there. But with that also being said, we're going to go ahead and showcase her. So everything's really going to be centered around, and once again, I'm going to try and make this very comprehensive and easy to digest and not complicated. So hopefully I do a great job. Anyways, everything's going to be centered around this anchor pointer and her anchor shot. Anchor pointer is going to allow you to get anchor shot. Anchor shot has a stack of 5, a max stacks of 5. So you want to use anchor shot consistently and use anchor pointer to find anchor shot. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, the reason why we're using this team, or why they showcase this team, is because it's very good, very synergistic. The reason being, Cassius is going to allow you to use devil dice and other cards to be able to find anchor shot or anchor pointer. And Mika is going to provide a lot of AP, so you can do the combo very comfortably. It's a very comfy synergistic team. So with that being said, let's go ahead and use devil dice. Now, we do have anchor pointer. We can get anchor shot right off the bat, but the most optimal combo, or the way you would want to use it, is to use anchor shot first, because then it goes into your discard pile. And anchor pointer allows you to find anchor shot, whether it be in your hand or in your discard pile or graveyard. So you would want to do anchor shot and then anchor pointer and then into another anchor shot if you have enough AP. That's where Mika comes into play. So that way you can start building up those stacks very quickly. So let's go ahead and do devil dice. Let's see if we get anchor shot. We did not, which is okay. We're going to go ahead and use the source of water to start getting AP and building up waves. And now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and do this card right here, Deluge, because we have 3 waves now. Going to get another AP back. Now we're going to go ahead and grab anchor shot so we can go ahead and okay, now we got anchor pointer. Which is great. So we're going to do anchor shot. 456% damage is nothing to snuff at a 2 cost, and then plus 90% damage by the number of times this card was used. As you can see, we have 0 out of 5. It once again maxes out as at a max stack of 5, and I easily was able to get over 1,000% with Haru when it comes to max stacks. And then we'll see the other cards that she has, which buffs herself, which is very, very good. Like, being able to buff yourself and not needing any other supports to buff you is fantastic, because then once again you align everything up for her to nuke. And that's why she's so good against elites, against bosses, because she's just able to nuke the field once you have everything set up properly. I did want to go ahead and highlight her 2D art on the side is phenomenal. Her sound effects are great. Her little chibi sprite is great as well. I think they did a great job with Hadu. With that being said, let's go ahead and do anchor shot. Gonna go ahead and pop that, and then we're gonna do anchor pointer. Now, the fact that this is a 0 cost is great, right? Because then it allows you to do another anchor shot. And now we're at 482%. Now we're gonna have 2 stacks, and we're now on our way to building up Haru to nuke the field. We're gonna do whirlpool just because we can, and then we're gonna go in. So Haru's a fantastic character. I think she's an insane character, and once again, a very good choice to be the first limited character for beginners to pick her up. Easy to use, combos easy, very synergistic, all that good stuff. Now we're gonna go ahead and start questing. And this is going to allow us to be able to buffer up some more. I would like to do the straight quest because we get morale. I believe we get some debuffing as well. We're going to go ahead and get a wave here. So that way we get more AP. Now, she has a lot of retain cards, which is once again another really solid aspect of her kit. If this wasn't retain, it wouldn't be that great. It would be decent. But the fact that you can retain this means that you can save this so when you have everything set up properly and once again nuke the field. So this is going to, for anchor shot in hand, it's going to cost more for anchor shot, but you get an additional 70% damage for one turn. So once again, setting up for an absolute nuke. So we're going to hold on to that card. We're not going to use it just yet. And then we have power charge, 315% damage to all enemies. Change this card cost to 1. Now this can go to a 1 card cost. I believe it's 2 in the beginning, but it can go to 1. But also you can get this to where it is an AoE, but if it goes against one target, then it does more damage, right? Now we're going to go ahead and use dice trick. Go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go ahead and do power charge, and we're going to hold on to lift anchor. Now basically all we're trying to do is get anchor shot. That's her bread and butter. Now we have charge energy. Once again, another retain card, and you can see now where the nuking aspect's coming into play. So for one turn, 40% attack card damage. Now if we have enough AP, and this is why Mika is so important, if we have enough AP, we can save these 2 cards, pop these 2, and then with anchor shot being at max stacks, just absolutely nuke the field. Now I could go ahead and get anchor shot here, but I want to see if I can pull anchor shot, because if I can pull it, I can use it and then use anchor pointer and then go back into anchor shot. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get it. This is where Cassie's is really good to be able to thin out the deck a little bit. Select 1 card. So this is another really awesome aspect of Cassie's, and this is why Cassie's is so good. So we can now select a card from the draw pile or the discard pile. We're gonna go ahead and pull anchor shot. We're gonna go ahead and grab anchor shot, and now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna do anchor shot, pop that off, and then we're gonna do anchor pointer. Now the only problem here is that we're not gonna be able to use anchor shot again, but we got another anchor pointer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do straight, and we're gonna go ahead and just retain everything else that we can, and then just kind of set up for the next turn, right? All right, so we got the next turn here. We got another anchor shot. I'm gonna go ahead and use this to get a wave, and now we got AP. I'm gonna use devil dice just to see what we get. We got anchor pointer. Fantastic. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do anchor shot, 726% now. We're gonna get 4 stacks. Guys, done. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is get another wave here. Let's see if we can pull into anchor shot. Another anchor shot, and we're doing damage with Cassie's, albeit not a lot, but we're doing some damage. We're gonna go ahead and get AP here. Beautiful. Now we're at 6 AP, right? So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and use this. Now we got anchor shot. We're at 816%. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna buff ourselves up, and this is where we're gonna start. This is where we're gonna nuke. We're gonna buff ourselves up. We're gonna go ahead and use charge energy, and then does anybody here buff 20% damage to the next attack card used? Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this. And we're just setting up for an absolute nuke, right? We're gonna go ahead and use this, and you can see now we're at 1308% damage, and we're not even at max stacks. Utterly insane. Once you pop everything and you have everything set up once again, utterly insane amount of damage that you can do for 3 costs. Did 2102 damage. Crazy, right? Absolutely insane. Let's go ahead, we'll shuffle. Why not? Shuffle it up, get it back. We got let's go ahead and get a wave, and we'll do this because it's a 0 cost anchor pointer, but we can't use it. We're gonna do that. We get a wave, and then we'll call it a turn. So you can see once you start setting everything up, that Hadu starts to become insanely good. And this is why I think if you do pull her, definitely not a mistake by any means. I think she is that good. But it's, once again, not a necessity. She's very strong, though. We're going to go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and pull... We'll go ahead and pull Lift Anchor here. So now we're at max stacks, and you can see 906% damage. So we're going to go ahead and do Lift Anchor. We're going to charge up the anchor. And now we're going to go ahead and do... Well, what we could do is we can go ahead and do this first. And then now we can nuke if we want to. We got the straight, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go ahead and do Anchor Shot. 1106%. Like, you can see how you can easily get over 1000%, and it's not hard. Like, it's a very easy setup, and it's a very easy combo, and it does a lot of damage. It's insane. Haru's insane. She's an incredible character, but once again, you don't have to get her, and you could once again try her out in trauma code. I did this one because this, to me, this is a better team. Just because, once again, Mika's providing the AP and the healing. Cassius is letting you go through your deck and go through your discard pile and find the cards that you need. Haru's providing her cards, retaining her cards, buffing herself. This is a very good synergistic team. Now, the other one that they have here, I'm not a huge fan of because they have a mirror on the end. I'm not too sure about that. I would rather have Nia here, or once again, Cassius would be a lot better. But this team, or even Beryl, I think Beryl is going to be fantastic in that aspect. But... Haru's crazy. Haru's very good, but that is the gist of her, right? Not complicated by any means. Hits incredibly hard, nuking, all that good stuff, right? Things that I've said before. So she's a very good character, but once again, she's gonna go into the standard banner. So I mean, you can do like me if you want to and try to get her on the 50-50, and then if you miss, you can save, and then hopefully get lucky in the standard banner. It's completely up to you. I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I might just be saving for the next character, even though she is very good. It's just that the 4 stars in this game are so good that you can really get by without them. I've been progressing as far as I've gotten with just a complete 4-star team, right? And that's what I've been doing. And if you want me to show my teams and my deck and everything in another video, let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know in the comments down below what other videos you would like to see here on the channel. But thank you guys so much for the support. I do truly appreciate it. And once again, hopefully this was very cohesive, very comprehensive, very easy to understand. These are the topic guides that I like to do, not overly complicated, just very, you know, hitting the main points, the bread and butter of everything for you, the necessities of what you need to know when it comes to a character. I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you all for the support. I'll see you all next one. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name's Cody. Call me further. I'll see you all next one. Bye, guys.